Okay, guys, welcome back to All Nerd Everything. My name is Craig. If you're new to my channel, I discuss all things film, TV, TV shows, anime, comic books, wrestling. And today is the 30-year anniversary of A Goofy Movie, one of the best Disney movies, in my opinion. It's on my list of my favorite films ever. And I just watched the documentary, Not Just a Goof, on Disney Plus, which was released today, I believe. And very insightful documentary on this film. They even, one of my favorite episodes of Atlanta, they did like a mockumentary of how A Goofy Movie is a black film. And that's one of my favorite episodes of Atlanta. And A Goofy Movie, while it wasn't successful when it came out, it later became due to the VHS sales. It The popularity went up, and over the years, I mean, more people have gravitated towards the film, and because of a lot of people suggesting YouTubers watch it, it has become even more popular. And I don't know why a lot of people are just now, realizing how phenomenal this film was. Now, I was born in 97, so I grew up with a lot of, a lot of the a lot of the classics, like Mulan, Hercules, you know, 101 Dalmatians, mainly because we had a lot of those movies on VHS, and also I have two older sisters and and an aunt, so most most of the stuff I watched was, you know, a lot of the Disney cult classics that I just named that they grew up with. So I picked up a lot of that stuff mainly from my older sisters and my aunt, who used to watch Disney religiously. And A Goofy Movie, from the documentary, Not Just a Goof, that I watched, Disney did not have a lot of faith in this film at all. It seemed like they didn't really care to do with it at all, and they were the head exec of the animation department. I'm blanking on the the guy's name at the moment, but he was fired, and then he now works at as the head of animation for DreamWorks. Let me know his name in the comments, because I'm blanking on the guy's name right now. But he kept trying to change the movie as it went along, and not only that, but it seemed like he was preoccupied with other things other than A Goofy Movie. Like when they were making Lion King, he was more preoccupied with that. And I'm Lion King classic. I understand, but there was not a lot of love going making this film other than the people behind the film. There wasn't a lot of love making this film when it comes to, the higher ups that kept wanting to change certain things about this film. This film was made on an $18 million budget, and I mean, it made like 28 million like the first week of the box office, which is very sad because it took a really long time for people to realize how great of a film A Goofy Movie is, and how it is culturally beloved in my community. I mean, A Goofy Movie, I think it was very different from what a lot of people were used to seeing when it comes to a lot of the Disney films, because a lot of the Disney films always have a good guy and a bad guy and a princess. They fall in love, live happily ever after. But this one took a different approach and decided to use a classic Disney character and discuss, fatherhood. And that was something that was very important to the storytellers, but it was panned by movie critics who wanted the the goofy part of Goofy. No pun intended, but a lot of the reviews that I was seeing during the documentary, they were absolutely defecating on this film. They only wanted it to be a straight up comedy movie with Goofy and Max instead of this, you know, father son road trip that we got. There's nothing wrong with change, nothing wrong with doing something that's different, but for this film to get, universally panned by critics, God, that was just it was just heartbreaking to see the hard work that everyone put into this film just for it to not get the love at the time. And another thing that didn't help is that, excuse me, during when this film was released, it came out the same weekend as the first Bad Boys movies with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, which is also the 30-year anniversary of. So happy anniversary to Bad Boys as well. But Bad Boys racked in a ton of money, and I think more people were excited about that and just weren't didn't really care about this movie. And the people that did see it, they didn't really appreciate it for what it was at the time. And the lack of promotion for this film really hurt it as well. Disney didn't really do any a lot of promotion with the film, which really hurt because Disney nowadays, they are phenomenal at promotion and marketing. I think if this film would have came out now, it would be way more successful now than it was back then. Also, they took off a lot of the merchandising that they were gonna that they were going to put out to promote this film. And one of the reasons a lot of black people love this film is, I mean, the map with Goofy and Max deciding their stops. It kind of reminds me of Green Book, where not the movie, but the manual, where certain black people would be told where not to go in certain parts of the South, and even classic hits like Stand Out, which is about tackling white supremacy and not adhering to racial stereotypes. In someone like Powerline, who's a combination of a bunch of R&B and pop artists at the time, like Michael Jackson, Prince, and Bobby Brown. And even his principal, Max's principal, telling him that, telling Goofy that if he doesn't get his son under control, that he's going to end up in an electric chair. And he called him a gang member. And it's just a whole bunch of subliminals that you guys will miss if you don't pay attention. But this film is phenomenal. I still love this film. I just got done watching it again. And yeah, a Goofy movie is a cult classic. So let me know what you guys think of a Goofy movie. I'd love to know your thoughts. Until then, guys, happy 30th anniversary to one of the blackest Disney films. Until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to stay updated with more movie, TV show, and comic book news and reviews.